Boom, we are pre-recorded, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful day here in Panama. It is April the 9th, Tuesday, and I want to start off by thanking you all. We actually had the 250 subscribers hit the private bear den, and we had a bunch of emails from those of you who had signed up for the entire year. I want to just give a shout out to all of you that send me emails. Saying that you guys don't, a lot of you don't even care what kind of content we produce. You love the YouTube channel, you love what we're already doing, so this was just another way for you guys to help support that. That's basically the message I got from a bunch of you, so thank you for that. That means a lot to us. All the Arcane Bear admins have been working tirelessly in the Telegram channel, helping answer questions and customer service ideas. So I'm very, very grateful for that. We're going to dive in and take a look at the charts. Raven pulled off right into the range of our swing trade. Bitcoin's dropped back down from the $5,300 area, and there's a lot going on. So let's just take a look at the charts here. Right now I'm looking at the Bitcoin hourly chart. We had I'm going to say not a short signal, but a version of a short signal come in when we couldn't break out here. So I'm actually going to show you guys some of the private bear den notes right here. If we go to the 1-day chart, you can see it. Here, see, we've had that $5,300 area. We could move to $5,600. We didn't do that. We stayed stuck below the $5,300 area. It became basically, I think we hit it a few times. If we scroll in on the hourly chart, you can see 1, 2, almost 3 times we hit the 5340, excuse me, the 5340 area. That's not looking great. Again, we've been I guess consolidating in this trend line here between 5,000 and 5,300. The fact that we've tried to break out 3 times already and haven't is not a great sign. We're looking for the potentiality of more volume coming in again, because as I said, the $5,600 area was another area that we could likely get to. Each of the times we produce a range, it's like almost decreasing range of possibility that happens. So for instance, if we take a look at Raven, our bear den note came out for the buy-in. I should redraw my line here. This is the breakout as a resistance. This is where we entered around the 15-minute mark at 11:20, 12:20, and then we were looking for a breakout all the way to 1450, 1480, which we actually had come in. We took a bunch of profits around the $1,400 or 1,400 Satoshi mark. And if we actually go into the 15-minute, I think I have the rest of the notes here. Yeah, right. So here was our lower entry point around 11:20 to 12:20. We hit the 1450 mark. We had a higher possibility for an extension going up as high as 1600, but this was the decreasing likelihood of possibility. So when I write things like, oh, we could go 1350, 1480, and then 1600, each of those is a decreasing probability of that possibility. So it gets less and less likely. So what I usually do is I take profits at each of those ranges. I look to take profits right at the first 2 ranges because it's more likely that we'll get there. We hit the 1420 mark 1, 2, 3 times almost before breaking down. I'm going to remove this. We'll rewrite the notes as we go. Just easier to do that way. Keep a clean slate. So we're looking actually to still break out higher. We've seen a positive trend here. This positive trend line, actually, let's take some of these other lines off for now. This positive trend line right here is actually quite tight. So we're going to keep an eye on this. I took a re-entry at 1220 again after our profits. So I've actually that was at 15 to 20% swing trades in the back of this. Again, we're still following this trend line. I suspect with Raven we'll probably come down to 1320 before making a bounce back up. I will have updated notes for all the private bear den members. Thank you guys. We sent out your private emails. You guys got your free 5-page trading. We're going to keep doing that every 2 weeks. We're going to produce new content about trader mentality or how to use your different EMA or fib lines, etc. So it's really important, I think, that those of you that joined, again, thank you, because it helps produce all that extra content, because I don't have the time to do it. So now all the Arcane Bear admins are, again, they're working tirelessly to help produce this. So I'm very, 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 very grateful for that. So if you haven't yet, this is the last day you can be grandfathered into the $20 a month package. After that, we go to $30 a month for the next 250 people. So if you were interested to do it, you want to get the grandfathered price, do it today. 24 hours from this video, we're going to cut that off, and the prices for the entire package will go up to $30. That's a nominal increase of around 1/3. Anyways, very excited about Raven. I think it's got a lot of play still. If we actually grab the Fibonacci retracement tool, we go down to our first wave. Let's call it right in the middle of these two. And let's not go for a downwards trend line right now. Let's make this an upwards trend line. Let's use this as the middle of wave 1 and the middle of wave 2 here. So again, the anywhere between the $1,520 and $1,600 range, or 1,600 Satoshi range, those are the areas of, this is the least likely, but this is where I'm going to put the next jump to. I think we're going to probably bounce off this 1311 trend line and move up, especially because Bitcoin's price has been weakening. Again, it's important that you watch both of these. Basically, my trades have been ended as soon as Bitcoin turns around. So when we hit this 1,300 Satoshi mark, as soon as Bitcoin started to turn around, we exited. And we actually had some short signals come in here at that price range. So let's make sure I'm making this a little cleaner. Yeah. Right, let's see. So right when we had a false breakout here, we went above our green cloud line essentially, and then broke down. As soon as we went above and then couldn't break out further, and we started to break, more specifically this sell wall here at 1420, we broke down quite quickly. But this was also under the weight of Bitcoin, so we want to keep a very close eye on that. Taking a quick look at Litecoin for all of you Litecoin fans as well. We had a note come out. We were looking for we had our first breakout here at the $90 mark. We were looking for an extension as high as $100. We only hit the $97 mark. Again, so it was a little less than the 10% move that we had anticipated. And again, here we weren't actually trading Litecoin in this one because I was almost all in Raven, or at least for my trading account on this one. But still, even a 6 or 7% chance, or a 6 or 7% gain. So again, as we move up this target range, the $100 target range was actually one of the least likely. So from $90, you had 95, 96, 97, the first one being at 94. So there's a 4% increase. So again, usually what I do is I take profits in a staggered, because what we're trying to do is mitigate losses. You know, the other day I was down like $400 on my daily trade average, and I took that loss. I'm like, oh, trade went the wrong way, didn't go the way I wanted to. I'm down, I'm negative $400 today. And then I jumped in the Raven, heavier in the Raven trade, and doubled that into a positive gain within just a few hours. So a big part of this is learning how to mentally take losses so that you can better equip yourself for the emotional things that come with, well, taking a loss, moving forward, and trying to make a trade again. A lot of the times what happens is someone will get upset. Oh no, I lost $400, and the first thing that they think is they need to make it back. Oh, I'm down from where I was. So they start trading more aggressively than their strategy should allow them to. This is a really hugely important part, is follow your strategy and trade within the boundaries of comfort. If you start to feel uncomfortable, or like you're sweating your trade, I've got too much in this trade, you're not playing properly. And that's really what we want to try to help educate everyone with here, is getting people into the mentality that if you are going to trade, or even being an investor, for instance, from the investor standpoint, you're looking for a long-term entry point. It's like, okay, well, instead of looking at the 15-minute chart, let's go to the 1 day. You know, okay, well, let's go out to the 1 month chart here. You know, when an investor is thinking 3 to 5 years ahead of time. Right, so we see these big waves come in. Wow, interesting. Litecoin's actually has it. Interesting. Litecoin. Here's Litecoin on the U.S. dollar chart from Kraken. Again, you saw the wave 1, 30, 40 bucks, back down to $1 from $40. So up to $400, back down to $20. So this looks about right. You know, let's see the price range here. Price range here was 2,500% from that particular gain, and then let's actually just go from the top of that here too, so we get a better understanding. Around 490%, right? So we're seeing 7,000% from the dollar range. That's hilarious. So from here is around 350% from the $40 to $50 mark that we had previously hit in 2013 for Litecoin. So again, for long-term entry points, what you're trying to do is be like, okay, well, when we were down near 20 bucks, and for those of you that listened, I really appreciate this, because I remember being like, when Litecoin was at around 140 bucks, we're like, we're going down to anywhere between $10 and $40, and everyone scoffed at us. And then when we hit 20 and then went back up, everyone said, oh, we didn't go to 10. It's like, I think people seem to pick what they want to hear. The same thing happened with the Bitcoin. going towards $1,000. We said, Bitcoin can go as low as $1,000 here. Be aware of that potentiality. The other potentiality is that we're going to have a B wave that brings us up to around $5,400 to $5,600 because there's a big gap there. And then everyone only, all they seem to, I just see all these comments like, oh, so Bitcoin's not going to $1,000, hey? It didn't go to $1,000 yet, eh? Well, look, this was a range of probability and possibility. That's why taking these long-term outlooks is hugely important. So for here with Bitcoin, the long-term outlook as well, look, anywhere in this range is still a good entry point, right? This is a technicality. If you're a big boy player and you want to make a big boy move for the next few years, anywhere in this range is fine because we've seen what this space has done before. I mean, in reality, it's only a 40% difference, which seems huge until you look at the rest of the crypto markets changes over the last, we made 40% off flow in just a few days. So if you're an active trader, as in comparison to the long-term investor, you really have to weight your portfolio into the type of risk management for a long-term risk decision, which means anywhere in this range or the range between 2,200 and 2,800 or the range between 1,000 and 1,600. Those are all great places to have massive buy orders set and really, build out a staggered entry. And that's what we've been trying to explain this whole time, that this is a game of risk management. I don't think hodling is a smart idea. I think that if you fall in the hodler mentality, you're probably too married to an outcome. I know I fall under that heading every now and then too. I get too excited about a particular token. I'm like, oh, I'm just only trading Raven. And in the term, I miss some of the educational aspects that are taking place in the rest of the ecosystem because I'm focused on building and trading instead of just learning more about what's going on in the news. Like I had a conversation with Michael Box Mining yesterday on his Instagram account. We went live and we were talking about Mimblewimble and some of the privacy stuff, and I haven't paid attention to any of the Mimblewimble. I don't even know what that is yet. It's because I've been focused on something else. So generally this is the case. You're always sacrificing one thing for another. So it's good to play within your strategy, and that's the point here. The investment and the trading strategy should be very different, and we're working on building that content out right now. So hopefully we'll come out with our first PDF in the next week for all the private Bear Den members. I'm going to jump offline for the rest of the day. Very exciting. I'm going to also be updating the notes probably near the end of the day. We're going through. We're going to sit with our legal counsel, and then we're going to hopefully beat them at the go-kart races today. So that should be a fun afternoon for us. Thank you guys all for joining. Again, this was absolutely incredible. I can't believe so many of you signed up for the year. Again, today is the last day that you can be grandfathered or grandbeared into the $20 a month. After that, we're going to go directly to $30. So after today, it's $30 a month for anyone that wants to sign up. Thank you guys all for joining us. This is Tio with the Arcane Bear. I've had a fantastic time growing and sharing with you. Remember to jump in the Telegram channel in the links below if you haven't yet. And thank all the Arcane Bear admins for all the hard work that they do, keeping the community the place that it is, and all of you for doing exactly the same. Without you, I'm just some crazy long-haired random guy ranting about ridiculous things. I'm so grateful that, well, that's the case, but also that you guys can share this thread that weaves the crazy tapestries together. Steal with the Arcane Bear. Give us the thumbs up. ArcaneBear.club if you want to join today, because it's your last chance to get grandfathered. Next, our come to the grand. We'll have 3 tiers. I'm going to explain this because we've been talking about it with the Bear admins. The first grandfather package is $20. That's closing today. The next is $30. That will close with the next 250 people. Anyone for the next 500 people after that, I think we'll go up to $35. And then once we hit 1,000, it'll be $40 a month, and that's how we'll leave it. So we're going to tier up all the way to $40 a month. So the people that join faster get a cheaper discount price, and if you subscribe, you get grandfathered into that price. If that way, we have a way to keep the first 500 to 1,000 people happy, and then we'll just grow from there because we're going to have a lot more momentum for all of the other people in the Bear admin now, which means more content for you guys. Thank you. That was it. I'll leave it at that. Hope you have yourselves a wonderful day. It's Tio with the Arcane Bear. Boom.